eBEFOREi video reviews, here with another review of what perhaps is considered a controversial figure. Why is it controversial? Well, because here we have Smokescreen, AM26 Takara Tomy, Transformers Prime Arms Micron Smokescreen, the figure that has really made probably the largest impact on the TV show Transformers Prime in the shortest amount of time. And so people have really been looking forward to getting a figure of Smokescreen, and what they actually ended up doing is taking this guy and repainting, or in this case taking paint off. And so that has definitely had some mixed feelings. That being said, very few people have actually had Smokescreen in hand to be able to see whether or not the mold works. Now, I can tell you, I've been a supporter of using this mold for this figure for some time when I heard about it, because I never hated this mold. I just never really liked the colors on Knockout. It wasn't really a show-accurate Knockout. Now I know, I know that this isn't going to be a totally show-accurate Smokescreen, but there are some things, if you look at just the way that the box art has him molded, I mean, between the waist piece and coming up in here, and if I move these panels down, it's pretty close. The one thing that you're missing are the door wings, but, and I've been saying this from the beginning, this Arms Micron, okay, that kind of looks like door panels. And so I think that if you put that on the back of Smokescreen, it might simulate it enough to where this figure will really work. So enough about that. Let's get into the box itself. Typical Takara Tomy box. This is a deluxe figure type box. AM26, yeah, there's not a whole lot I'll be able to read on here for you. Level 4 in difficulty, I don't know about that. Not sure. This figure's sort of an easy one for me, and I'm no expert. Here on the side of the box, again, AM26, here's the Arms Micron, and you can see that, alright, he transforms into a crossbow-type weapon. Pretty cool looking bot. We'll see how that transfers over. On the back of the box, you've got a whole bunch of words I can't read, so I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what it says. But you have some other neat pictures, and yeah, I think that this looks good. Now on the other side, you've got the tech specs for Smokescreen. His strength is a 7, intelligence is a 7, speed is an 8, endurance is a 6, rank is a 6, courage is a 9, that matches up quite well. The fire blast is a 6, and the skill is an 8. So, very cool. On the bottom side, yeah, I have no idea. Sorry, you've got your Pac-Man eating a dot, and he's crying because he wants more. Other than that, that's really all I have to say about the box. So let's get this figure opened up and see how he looks outside of the package. Alright, so here is Smokescreen out of the package, and yeah, he's gray. Not really a whole lot to say about this. It's not the worst color gray. The only paint on this figure are the 2 roof panels, and the side mirrors are in that same painted metallic silver. Everything else is a non-painted, you can see the marble swirls in the plastic. There is no other paint to be found on this figure except for the front, which in this case is black, and that's just the grille of the car. Other than that, you've got translucent plastic here in the front, you've got translucent plastic in the windows, you have a completely retooled back, and let's compare that with Knockout now. So aside from the horrible micron pegs here, you do have a totally retooled back, which is pretty cool. So I like that quite a bit. It's not Knockout's back. I mean, you can see the differences here. So I do like the fact that it's a retooled back, and of course you have the spoiler here that you don't have there. So all in all, I think that the vehicle probably looks like Smokescreen pretty well. Not too bad. Of course, completely devoid of any color. We'll get the stickers on in just a minute. Even without the stickers, I really think that the car, you know, reminds me of Smokescreen, so I don't have any issues with that. Now, you've seen Smokescreen with no stickers. We will go forwards in time through video editing and show you what Smokescreen looks like with stickers. And here is Smokescreen with his stickers. You know what? I now remember why I don't enjoy putting stickers on Transformers. I did it as a kid. You know, all the G1 Transformers had stickers, and it's a pain in the butt. It really is. But it looks pretty good. So here's Smokescreen with the stickers applied, and you know, he looks pretty good. I mean, he looks like the model that you see on the television show, aside from these ugly ports here. You know, the back is still bare. Maybe repro labels will come in here and help out there. But the sides, the top, I mean, it looks like Smokescreen. Got a nice Autobot symbol. This is a two-tone blue. You've got kind of a stripe theme throughout. And now I kind of, sort of understand why the top here was painted silver, to give you the kind of stripe look, but I don't know why they didn't continue on here. Yeah, I do. Cost savings. Cost savings. Anyway, but you've got the headlights in the front now, over the translucent plastic. You got the 38 on the sides, and yeah, it looks good. Holding them up next to Knockout, you know, they look like completely, distinctly different vehicles. The spoiler helps in that. The stickers versus the paint help in that. But yeah, I think that you could put these on the shelf and, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about them looking like exact clones of each other. Here's Arms Micron. He's cool. He's cute. He has a, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to get this camera close, but he has an Autobot symbol, little sticker put on in there. Pretty nice touch. You'll notice that I've got the wings backwards, and again, I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But yeah, here's this guy, and to transform him into his crossbow mode, you literally just flip these things up and around, just like that. Okay, and you turn him upside down, flip this piece around, and there you've got your crossbow. Or, it kind of looks like a bird. You know, if only Transformers Prime Laserbeak looked this cool. But he doesn't. Anyway, so as I mentioned, there are things that you can do with this. The directions say that you can, you know, mistransform the leg a bit and get this connected onto the side. And again, you know, we've talked about all that, and it's silly, so why even go there? Anyway, so here he is, and now we'll move on to the transformation, although it'll look like I've taken the stickers off. But I haven't. You're traveling in time. Oh yeah, the stickers are off again. Yeah, we'll just pretend like that never happened and get him transformed. Told you, we're doing a bit of time travel here. So to get him transformed, if you transform this guy, you know exactly how this works. First thing you want to do is Xbox controller the figure and just sort of start unpegging things. We'll start with the legs. You bring it down like that. You do a separation. You take these bits and you spin them like that all the way around. Pull down the feet and twist it. Wow, this is nice and tight. This is really tight. I don't know how to act. Tell you, my Knockout feet were never this tight. No mold degradation on the feet. Got it. Alright, so here you basically have the start of Smokescreen in robot mode. To keep going, we're going to come up here to the front and you're going to separate. Okay? Then you want to just pull these out. And I find it's easier if you just lift these straight out and then you come back in here and we can go ahead and kind of get this unfolded a bit. Just like that. And then come in here and just kind of grab your hand and flip out these wheels. Just twist them all the way around like that. Leave the arms kind of a hot mess. We want to get a head reveal at this point, so you're going to take this plastic flap right here and lift it up. And you want to bend that as far as you can. Okay, unpeg these things up on top. That'll give you the clearance that you need to get the head flipped out. From here, you want to bend this whole front section down. You've got a tab right in here. You've got a peg right there. Marry them together. Introduce them. Hey, how you doing? Okay, then you're going to take these front pieces. You're just going to bend those together just like that. From here, you want to finish the arms. So you really, you know, this is a little bit fidgety, but it's fine. You basically just want to flip this piece back in and then flip it over itself. Wow, wow, that's tight. Woo! These joints are ridiculous tight. Again, no mold degradation. Okay, come around on the other side, do the same thing. want to pull out the hand. You want to fold this in. Then you want to flip this piece back up on itself and straighten out the arm. Now in Knockout, we would take these parts right here and we basically just lift them up on top. Now I'm not sure how that's going to look on Smokescreen. So, you know, because again, if we're trying to get them as accurate as we can, probably just bring them down a little bit. So there's the head sculpt of Smokescreen, and yeah, it looks good. I think it's about as show accurate as we can get, outside of having these red bits stick up, which really you wouldn't get unless you had a Voyager figure of Smokescreen. And why would you have that? So yeah, I think that the head looks pretty good. Now, this is the version with no stickers. Let's go ahead and get him all stickered up so you can see what he looks like stickered in robot mode. Alright, so here is Smokescreen stickered up in robot mode. And, you know, he looks good. You know, if you want to make him a bit more show accurate, you can flip this part down a bit, but I still like to keep it up, although I don't have it quite as highly pegged as I would on Knockout. There's no need for that. So I'll keep that down a bit, but now, let me tell you something unique about this. You want to get the doors on the back. Here's how you do it. That's why I put the wings on backwards, because as I've been saying for some time, my suspicion is that you could take this dude, stick him on the back here, and I know this because, of course, on Knockout, you could peg his weapon onto his back. And what you're going to get here are pseudo doors. Now come on, even even the mold haters, you can't really deny that too much, can you? It's as if it was made for this. The cutout where the wheels go, that kind of rest on top of what would be what I keep calling the pseudo doors. I mean, that's not bad. What more would you want out of a Smokescreen character? Another repaint of Bumblebee? Because I don't know, I'll tell you from my point of view, you know, I'm kind of done with the Bumblebee repaints. I really am. I think the first edition Prime Bumblebee really set the, you know, it really set the standard for what Bumblebee should look like, and so I was not enamored with the other one. So, you know, I'll tell you, this to me looks like a definitive Smokescreen. Now, the downside of pegging an arm's micron to the back is that when you flip it around, well, actually, you know, it doesn't even look that bad. It kind of looks like it's meant to be there. It really does. So, you know, I don't have any complaints. I'm so happy that I got this figure. Not happy about stickers. Hasbro, feel free to import this guy, painted of course, into the United States with this exact mold, and I'll buy it again. I mean, I'm very happy with the way that this looks. I think he looks very show accurate, aside from the fact that this could be down a bit and I could drop it, but I don't like the way this figure looks when it's drooped down too far. So, you know, I prefer to keep it like it is. But just his hips, the legs, the only thing you're missing are the shoulder covers that cover the wheel wells, and the wheels aren't on his back on the actual animated model. But other than those little nitpicks, I can't tell you enough how pleased I am with the way that this guy looks. So even standing these guys side by side, paint applications, head sculpt, I don't think you'd have anybody confusing these two characters together. Again, stickers applied. I really think that Smokescreen turned out fantastic. If you want to use his arm's micron for an actual weapon, so you're the one, we'll go ahead and take his door wings off, his pseudo wings, and we'll transform him into crossbow mode, which really we already have him in that position. And on the back, you can also drop this piece as well, and I had it up, which I thought that kind of looked cool, but you can go ahead and pull this down. Now the downside with having the stickers reversed is that, you know, it's not going to look quite as cool from the top down. But I'll tell you, I'm not a huge fan of the way that this weapon turned out. I guess it's alright. It looks kind of cool, I suppose, but I could certainly do without it and stick another weapon in his hand and be done with it. But as a crossbow, it's kind of neat. But this guy fits in with the Autobots. I really think he belongs in your collection if you're into these things. If you think that he's going to make it into the United States and you're living here and you want to hold off from paying the $35, I understand. Totally get it. For me, I think this guy is a great addition to the shelf. I can't wait to put him up there with the rest of his buddies. And yeah, thumbs up purchase from me. So that's my review. Thanks again for watching. This is eBEFOREi Video Reviews. You can catch all my videos here on youtube.com/eBEFOREiNet. Thank you again. Subscribe to support my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you see. Leave comments. I respond to everyone I get. Thank you again so much. We'll see you again here real soon.